Welcome back to round 3 of the monthly updates for my SBD. Got it right first time. So this is March. Now, March was a really successful month. I have my bench, I have my squats, and I obviously have my deadlifts. I say successful. It wasn't entirely successful in the weight category, but the weight for me and my body, it was a very successful month. I started the month on around 89 kilos and I've just finished on 87. So 2 kg in a month and I've not lost any strength. I say that, I've definitely lost some strength in my bench. Yeah. 12th of December last year, I was benching 100 kg. That was my PR. Now, was this to IPF standards? No, not at all. There was literally no pause on the chest, but I was still super happy because, you know, getting that weight up is a huge achievement and it was my yearly goal. However, the earth-shatteringly catastrophic incident with that is that I was 93 kg when I benched that. I'm now 86, well 86.5, so you know that's 7 kg that I've lost. Most of that is obviously fat, you know 95% of that is fat, but it's still body mass that I could use and used to lift that 100 kg. I'm now looking at about 85 kg to IPF standards on the bench press, barely. Which is a massive issue, but I'm not too fussed because I know when I start bulking and I start going back up, I'll be ready. I'll be able to get that weight back again. And I've done it once, I can do it again. The story's boring if I'm always winning. And spoiler alert, I'm not always winning. In fact, I'm most of the time losing painfully, horribly, obliteratively, and awfully again. Yeah. Now, with squats and deadlifts, these are where the wins come in. Squats, I've doubled my weight in squats, starting 40 kg in January. Now, I know, don't shoot me, that's not a month, but it's still doubling my squat in 3 months. Now, in the month alone, it was about 65 to 80, so that's still 15 kg. What's that? Let's do some maths. Bum, 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 bum. About 25% increase, which is great. And I genuinely think the form's coming along a lot well as well. A lot well as well? Yeah, whatever. Now, on deadlifts, a huge problem in the past months was my lower back pain. Now, I really was unsure where this pain was coming from because your lower back is being used in the deadlift. Obviously, it can be used well and it can be used awfully, and when it's used awfully, it increases your chance of your vertebrae coming out your back and doing a Fortnite dance on the gym floor. But I couldn't decide what was going on with my lower back. Was I doing it well? Was I doing it not well? Now, I think I've landed on the doing it well. I think my form is very good, actually. I think it is good. Obviously not perfect, but I think it's probably better than quite a lot of people. There are still issues with it, but I'm happy with it. And landing on the fact that my lower back pain was actually caused from it actually being properly worked was good. And the reason I came across this conclusion was because I'd go home and I'd sleep and I'd go on to the next day and my lower back pain would be gone. Well, it wasn't really even pain, that's the thing. So I genuinely think I'm using it for the better, because in previous months I would go to bed and I wake up and I would get lower back pain and it would be horrible and it'd be painful. So I definitely think that I'm doing it for the best. So that is now sorted. Well, sorted for now, depending on what happens next. But in terms of deadlifts, I did my heaviest set I've ever done, which was 120 for 3, and I also shot up 100 kg. That was technically 1st of April, but still, it was being shot up completely at like 60 kg. I'm also going up on my hamstring machines, my glute machines, so you know, there is good progress there, meaning that my deadlifts will also go up because it translates nicely across. Same with squats and deadlifts. If your squat's going up, probably deadlifts will go up too, but if your deadlifts are going up, that doesn't mean your squat's gonna go up. It's a bit weird. And then bench is just a loner. Like, what are you doing there, mate? Now, in terms of goals, I'm still pushing onwards to the 140 mark for deadlift. Now, my end of the year goal is 200 kg on deadlift. If I don't get that, I'm gonna bathe in beans or something like that and just question my life choices. But obviously small steps at a time. We've got 140 to deal with, then 50, then so on. Or if you want to be fancy with it, I guess 140, then 180, because then you're adding the 220s. I've not spoken about this in other videos, but I kind of want to include it as well. A 4th category, which is how I'm going on with my body, what's happening with my body. And like I said at the start, I've lost a lot of fat. You know, I feel like my jawline's starting to come in a bit more. I feel a lot more confident. I feel like my mid-lab's coming through too. It's, again, not super visible, but it is there and I can definitely feel it a lot more than I used to. My lower stomach also feels a lot better in terms of the fat in that area. It feels a lot cleaner, feels a lot flatter, which is what we want. Now, in a previous video, I showed you my physique at the time, and I'm planning on showing you again in an upcoming video. But until then, that's basically all you have from me. That was March to April, and it was a really good month, probably the best month for me so far. I'm close to 100 kg on squats. I've come to the conclusion that I will get my 100 kg bench back, and I'm happy with my deadlift form. So it was honestly a really successful month for me. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new, subscribe. At 1,000, I'm gonna do a 10,000 calorie challenge because I'm weird. Why am I doing that at 1,000? I don't know, but we move. And no, I'm not bathing in baked beans if I fail 200 kg deadlifts at the end of the year. But maybe I will if I hit a certain sub goal, but I haven't really decided in that yet. You know what? Yeah, I will. I'll bathe in baked beans if I get a 200 kg if I don't get a 200 kg deadlift and I'm at 10k subs. Sorted. Because I don't think that's actually possible, so you know what? I'm happy with that. I don't want to bathe in baked beans, but it's there. So yeah, I'll cut to me and Fred doing something random. Bye. I'm Joe. I'm going to be taking you through... I can't say I'm Joe.